I'm Jim Russell, and this is a quick video to show how easy it is to use the new features for lateral stability analysis in the Tunnel Boat Vee Boat Design Program to get an accurate prediction of a hull's instabilities, including chine walk, track rolling, hook, rollover, and more. This version 9.0 is the latest edition of our software as of this date, but we're making new updates with new features all the time, so check on our website for the latest releases and features. Let's get right to the operation by going straight to the first screen, the Design File Selection screen, and selecting our 17-foot V-hull design model. This selection already has all of its design specs entered properly on the 5 input screens. Our base boat is a 17-foot V-hull with a 20-degree dead rise with a center V-pad powered by a 250 horsepower outboard. I will spend just a minute now for some brief background explanations. Lateral stability prediction is pretty tricky, and some viewers have asked to hear more technical fundamentals in our videos. So here goes. Lateral stability describes how well the hull resists and controls side-to-side rolling to avoid undesirable oscillations like chine walk. As speed increases, a hull's lateral behavior depends on two effects. Restoring authority is the hull's ability to right itself when it rolls, and roll damping is the resistance that slows motions that occur. Lateral instability isn't a single measurable value, but rather it's a dynamic response that develops from several factors. Most boat stability softwares calculate the static stability index. Our unique approach evaluates the inherent stability plus two measures of dynamic stability, which are based on real motion and include the effects of all the hull's acting forces. Instability can occur under different situations. When restoring authority is strong and also damping is sufficient, then the boat feels stable and predictable. When restoring weakens, stability must now depend on only effective damping, which means there can be a sensitivity to trim or other disturbances. And when restoring becomes too weak, now the motion is controlled completely by damping, and the hull is going to be prone to oscillations such as chine walking. Our analysis evaluates restoring authority and effective damping, and the combination of these behaviors to indicate when a hull is approaching unstable lateral motion. Throughout the velocity range of your hull, we examine the values and the trending of all of our indicators and present the real-world status of lateral dynamic stability. We give a measure on a graph of stability versus velocity, and we also show an explanation of the effects of stability from each of our measured indicators. And we show a traffic light gauge that shows quickly if lateral instability risk is severe, high, moderate, or safe. Okay, let's get on with the performance testing. We'll compare the stability of our base hull design to stability with some favorable design changes. We've told the program to use maximum power to do our analysis because this makes it easy to compare equally the effects of possible design changes. So I can click on Calc Perform and get the completed performance analysis starting with the Report Wizard. This new version of the Report Wizard is really outstanding. The wizard has reviewed all the performance results for the entire velocity range and is full of key performance measures and advice that's specific to this hull and this design setup. There are other videos that describe the details of the Report Wizard, but I want to show you the part that we're interested in for our lateral stability example. The first important notation is the lateral stability assessment, and that says that it's unacceptable and adds that persistent dynamic lateral stability is likely. This tells us that we have a potential lateral stability problem across an extended velocity range. There's more details about what's going on. It says the worst stability point occurs at 49 miles an hour, and that there are instability indicators at multiple speeds, so it's not just a single speed occurrence. The Report Wizard also gives us a list of possible design changes that we can improve our lateral stability, but we'll come back to that again later. Okay, I'm going to get out of here and go to the performance results now. There are 4 screens showing the performance data measures with 700 performance data points. I'm going to jump right to the performance graphs, which shows all the information in an easy graphic format. I want to first show you the performance graph that tells us about lateral stability. So I click on the Performance Graphs button and then click over to the Lateral Stability graph. There's a lot of info shown to us on this graph. The first thing we can see is that up to 49 miles an hour our hull looks to be in the stable zone for lateral stability. And from there to 79 miles an hour our design looks to be in the instability zone. So this tells us half of the lateral stability story. The graph lines tell us where the tendencies are at each velocity point. Our detail analysis behind the scenes also considers the trends of the two dynamic effects that are going on. Recall that we analyze the hull's restoring authority and its effective damping as they change with velocity, wetted surface, and other stuff. Even when one of these controlling effects remains strong, the changes from one to another can contribute to instability. It's too messy to show all of these changing effects on a single graph, so we also show the traffic light gauge that shows us the resulting lateral instability risk of all the trends. In our case, we have an unacceptable reading that tells us that our hull is at risk for issues like roll instability or Chine Walk. So those extra evaluation notes that we saw previously back in the Performance Wizard are important information for a complete assessment, and so we can recall these assessment notes by just clicking on the traffic light. So we know we've got some instability issues and possible Chine Walk, so let's go back and make some design changes that can improve our stability. I will get out of the graph section here and then click return to go back to the design screens. Remember the Performance Wizard notes that gave us a number of possible design changes. It's important to note that lateral stability can change in a compounding way with each design change that we make. So let's make a change that will lower our CG somewhat. We'll change the height of our engine, knowing that this will lower our overall CG. To see what the new performance results are like, I'll click on Calc Perform again, and then I'll skip right to the new performance results by clicking on Details. And then I'm going to jump right to the Graphs section. This is the lateral stability graph showing our base design result in green and our modified design results in red. The first thing we can see is that our modified design has moved our onset of instability line from 49 miles an hour to 55 miles an hour, and that's a good thing. We can also see that the traffic light gauge shows stability improvement since it's now displaying yellow indicator instead of the red from our base design. If we click on the traffic light, we'll see the Performance Wizard details for lateral stability. Now it's telling us that our overall assessment is marginal and that there's some risk of oscillations but not damping limited. This tells us that our design modification gave us some stability improvements, and that's a good thing. I'm going to back out of the graphs section and save our second design results so that we can compare these results to another design change. And now I'll return to the design screens. Let's make another design change that should improve our lateral stability. Recall our list of possible changes from the Report Wizard write-up. I want to demonstrate that there are indeed design adjustments that we can do that will improve possible issues like Chine Walk. This time I'm going to do two modifications. We will eliminate the center V pad and we will reduce the V dead rise to 15 degrees from 20 degrees. So I'll first change to no V pad. You can see the helpful feature that automatically adjusts the effective V width dimension when we change the center pad design. And secondly, I will change the V dead rise angle to 15 degrees. Now we'll click on Calc Perform again, and I'll skip right to the new performance results by clicking on Details. And then I'm going to jump right to the graph section. This is the lateral stability graph showing results from our base design in green and our second design in brown, and results from our third modified design result in red. The first thing we can see is that our third design mods have moved our onset of instability line up to 62 miles an hour, and we can also see that the traffic light gauge shows more stability improvement, now displaying a green indicator. If we click on the traffic light, we'll see the Performance Wizard details for lateral stability. Now it's telling us that our overall assessment is now acceptable, so we have some confidence that our design modifications have been in the direction of stability improvement. I'm going to back out of the performance section now. We've made a few design changes and we've improved our lateral stability quite a lot, and so we should be better protected against issues like Chine Walk. There are still some other design changes that we could make, and we would see that these too would improve our susceptibility to lateral instabilities. Okay, that's it for today's video. The Tunnel Boat and Vee Boat Design software does an outstanding job of accurate prediction of lateral stability and issues like Chine Walk, and we can see the results in just seconds. The software also addresses with the same speed and precision all types of instabilities, such as longitudinal stability, porpoising, hump zone transition, and it determines all the lift, drag, and pressure locations, force moments through the full velocity range. So check out the many features on our website. The new version 9 is a great work for design and performance analysis of all types of powerboats. We're proud of our flattering testimonials. Here's a couple of them. Check out our other videos on our channel, and I'll see you next time.